I've returned, chat. And it looks like dawn is just around the corner. But you're not going to get to see it because reloading. Yep, we don't want to save and exit. Otherwise, it would be the most recent save. Right. There we go. Wel, diolch, Sonic Saber. I'm doing well, mate. How about yourself? Right. So, we're going to want to get a bit of iron done so I can make some chunkier batteries. I'm also going to have to decide how on earth am I going to wire this? Now, if I take that wiring away, I'd potentially be able to run this wiring up, but right now, it's not as easy to do. We're going to want... I mean, that's in a good enough place. I can run a cable down from there into the room to hook up to an APC. I probably want that on that wall, though, if I did that. So, likely going to be moving that, then. Oh, that's kind of annoying. We could do with expanding, if I'm honest. Yeah, we could definitely do with a bit of an expansion in there. All the wiring over here is every which way. By necessity, really. I use Google Translate. Forgot how to spell how you... No worries. One of my friends ended up teaching English. I was like, really? You did A-level Welsh? She said, yeah, my sillafi's too bad. I was like, how are you spelling that in Welsh? It's usually the other way around. Right, that was some coal ore that had wandered. But, okay. I'm going to let my health get a little bit lower. Right. Sun is down. Okay, so I'm going to need to bleed out a decent amount of gas out of there, I should imagine. Back to the APC question, though. How does this one get power in here? Without it messing everything else up. Well, number one, power for everything out here should be like here, I'm thinking. So that's one position. Power in here could be here if I really wanted it, or it could even be down here actually. Yeah, and then the wiring for all, I'd have to move that around, but I could. Because of that there, which makes connecting up to any APC at the top a little bit more of a problem. That being said... No. It wouldn't work. Yeah, I could just move the gas to there, perhaps. Run the wiring up on that side. So the wiring would then come in from here. Much lower down. Oh, that being said, I could have the APC right there as well. Ooh, I think I like that idea better. Right, one last APC then. And that is for the room. Now, normally that APC wouldn't be there. This would be the kit battery. That APC there is in place of a kit battery right now. Let's hook that up. Dunk, dunk. Thank you muchly. So this one goes in with us. And I want that split out there. Okay. And I'm also going to want this. Like that. That creates an inlet there. Potentially. Now I can't wire any of this until I have those batteries, which is going to take me a little bit more. It's not terrible. Okay. Right. Let's go and take care of my needs. Yeah. That is correct, Sonic Saber. Wow. Yeah, it's I mean, the grammar's a little bit flaky, but it pretty much says what you want. Dwi'n dau now. Right. Helmet off. Off. Drink. Eat. More eat. More drink. Right. Air tankies, I'd say it's all right. But we may as well just top it up a bit. While I'm doing that. And that's good enough. Solid. Okay. So question is, where am I putting this in this room? I'm starting to regret not having these as walls. We don't strictly need to put an APC in here. It would be nice though. I could even have the APC out there and then the power running into the room from out there. I wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing. If I did that, I would... well, yeah, we can do that. I guess that would solve the problem for me. Duolingo just told me, dwi ddim yn hoffi teledu chwaith. With, from what I can tell, means I don't like television either. Yeah, more or less. I mean, you're learning kind of... It amuses me I guess it is trying to give you like a practical use for the statements you're making. So your brain can kind of latch on and make connections probably with the words you're learning. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, television either. Packuping, not ether. Right. Sorted. And with that, we can go back out. Dinarui. Let's go through. And out we go. Now, if we want to hook this up on this side, I'll turn my light on at this point. I don't think we're too strapped for power. I can... either have this around here, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad one. Though I'm going to want it to move in that direction. Okay. I'll need plenty of cables made. And this is going to need to be warmed up a tad. Problem is, it's already full of so many different gases. And a lot of pressure. But let's vent it. We can't... No! I can't hear... Oh, no. There we go. I can hear it. Can't hear over here because there's no atmosphere to carry the sound. But here, there's plenty of air leaking out. Perfect. Amazing. I love it. No, just vent it. Vent. Deeply amuses me. Right. Oh, there's still a little bit of gas in here. Oh, hished. It's only 48%. This scallywag. Oh, really? Oh, bugger, I missed my chance. I was faffing around too much. I may be able to move these into my hand in the correct order. Yes. Okay, so Let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so thing with this is I need to get these in there more or less straight away. So dunk dunk. Dunk dunk. Little bit of lost gas, but that's okay. Temp's getting up nice and hot. Perfect. I would like iron. Go. More iron. Yeah, this is why I vented that. That was already crazy high pressure. I've never made a soup or a stew in my life. Ah, there's always time to learn. That was a nice, very warm furnace. Okay, turn you on. Batteries. Make blocks. Gonna want another 3 for the 3 new APCs. We're gonna want to pop back inside. Yeah, that's going elsewhere. And then that. Just one more. And done. Gonna need a stupid amount of cabling though. Now, my current objective is to get hydroponics up and running. At that point, I'll be happy with what we've achieved. Well, I mean, getting a kit battery would also be extremely nice, but well, that's very much a if I can get it, it'll be great. But if not, it's not a biggie. Yeah, gonna need a stupendous amount of cabling. The thing is, this is going to constantly cool because the gas is able to vent there. What is this lunacy? Aavak on the moon? Hey, Odemi, I appreciate the pun. Sadly, it's still against the law around these parts, so off to the pungeon with you. Haha, I get it. Lunacy. Well, yes. Literally. Right. Okay. Now then. Gonna need to move a few of these bits of bulbs around. Yes, I know.
Filter low.
It's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Need my disc. Gas sensor. Big. There we are. All good. Now then, actually not all good. That's a lie. What I need. Oh, well, actually, as long as I wire this up first, I should be okay. Because once that's connected, I can then strip the wires down from this side without issue. Okay, maybe not without issue, but close enough. Right, I want this to come down from there. But how are you doing, Dammy? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Though, judging by our recent conversations, it's probably close to your night, if not deep into it. Just need to hook that up now. There we go. Power is online. Batteries are charging. Perfection. On this side, though, I'm going to have to kill that part. I just need to get this APC moving in there. Something like that, yeah. Just staying up late so I can phone Grandma. Oh, that's very lovely of you. Let's get that into the room. And from there, I can hook it up to everything else in there. And the central area comes back online. Now that can be fully engaged. Everything is charging. Quite a lot of things are discharging. That's going to be the case. That's all right. Basically, all of these are now pulling. It's basically trying to charge 3 large batteries now. It's going to be a bit expensive, but I'll always have a look at how charged it is. 63%. And when they're fully charged, that stops being an issue for us moving forward. Right, we need a ice crusher. That's going to be made from kit ice crusher, isn't it? Yeah. Hydraulic pipe bender, 3 iron, 1 gold, 1 copper. Iron, gold. No copper. Unfortunate. Yeah. Okay. That's a bit of a thing to do just as it's going tonight. That's a shame. I'll go have a look over here, see if that's the right stuff for me. I don't think it is now. All right. I'm fairly certain there's 2 copper nodes that I passed around that area. How goes the moon adventures? Going okay so far. Going okay. Got some nice mods, making the place look really cool. It's no longer receiving a charge and it's not full. I think it is discharging technically. No, the flashing blue I think means it's discharging. Let's have a look at the area power controller. APC get out 2 options, selecting which direction. Does it not explain that? That's a bit of a shame. Feels like it would be very useful information. Okay, well. I am going to have to get out and get a more copper, but basically got 10 minutes until daytime where it's going to be easy to do. Alas. Or I can wander around in the dark. I think I'm going to wander around in the dark. It's fine. Everything turned off here. I'll bring you with me as a spare battery. There we go. No longer discharging anything. Don't need that turned on. I wonder if the APC in there is discharging. Yeah, ever so slightly, but it is discharging. But now that this is pretty much the only thing it's doing that for, that charge will last a long time. Okay. Well, that's not the right one. Remember these numbers, chat, just in case. Gotta remember them. And now I've told you to do that. If I get lost, it's your fault. All right, off we go. The problem with looking at night for things like copper is they're not particularly shiny. Unlike stuff like gold or silver, which you can see at a distance simply because it'll catch the light. Or ice for that matter. Water ice in particular is very reflective. Copper, not nearly as much so. Now, if you can see things on the screen, just to reiterate, I often have to, I can see barely anything based on my screen. Dark is dark for me. It's a little bit lighter than it would be normally, but especially with the little light of my drill. Look, I can see by the light. I think that's the blinking light on my chest plate. That's amazing. I love it. I love this mod so much.
Power low.
Oh, diolch yn fawr Sonic Saber. Very much appreciated, mate. Nice, not for me. Silver, not what I'm looking for. Wait a second, what are you? That is gold. Silicon, I'm guessing? No, water ice, fair enough. Coal. Nitrice. Put the lights on for a bit. Gotcha. You thought you could escape. No. Get mined. What's today's music? I recognize it so much, but I can't place it. Stellaris. We'll take 3 full stacks back, I think. If I'm able to. I think that's the lot, unfortunately. Oh no, there's a bit of iron over there. Very well, come back. Up and away. Whoosh. Dunk.
Power critical.
Oh, don't be such a worrywart. This direction, I think. I might skirt around the edge of this crater, though. About there. Oh no, actually, I think my X reading is way too high there. Yeah, there we are. There's the crater I wanted. Manaway, you have a compass. Indeed I do. Right there. Okay. Oh, Manaway's saying the cargo pod has a built-in beacon. We're on Brutal, so we don't have the we don't have the Mark II lander, which has the beacon in it. The Mark II lander got busted up. Brutal. Ah, yeah, that would do it. Yeah. The amount of times people will come in and offer such sincerely good advice. If only we were playing on normal settings. So we've only just gotten to the point now where I have steel, and we are getting into the situation now where we can start thinking about building things like beacons and kit batteries and stuff like that. Up until now, it has been very bare bones survival, but now we can actually start getting things on the move. What's our temperature over here? Yeah, no. Oh, I need to look at the ingot, sorry. 327, 100 kp. Oh, actually. Huh. Really? Yeah, 600 Kelvin. All right, we can do a little bit then. We might be able to get... let's go with the 36. As is much more likely that we'll be able to do that without draining all the heat out of here. I was not expecting to be able to keep the temperature going long enough. Might we get the last one? Oh, I don't think we will. I think it's very unlikely. Oh, we did! Wow. Okay, color me impressed. We got the very last bit done. I genuinely am impressed with that. Want iron ingots. Yeah. Okay. You go back in there. Yeah, Brutal is just a harder start. That's all it is. And the same, but it's a more fun start as a consequence. Because honestly, with the changes that they've made, normal is okay. Let's we're gonna have a talk for a second, chat. Any survival game loses part of its fun the moment survival is assured. If you intend to play Stationeers without the survival component, that is, if you want it to be so easy that you can just jump straight into coding, you may as well play creative. Like, if that's the only thing you want to get to, you may as well play creative. Just experiment with cool contraptions. There's nothing wrong with that. But the normal start in this gives you so much gear that it robs you of the vast majority of the actual survival element. Your survival is practically assured. And so you very quickly get to the point of, well, there's, you know, again, I may as well just be in creative, setting up cool contraptions. Well, that's the way that I look at it. Brutal at least creates the threat initially of your build order being a bit skewed. It's not so brutal that you literally have to be exactingly have an exacting build order, else death. But it's just enough that you can't take it for granted. So you have to rush, you have to get certain things. You've got a slower start because you only have potatoes. And this comes into what I was saying earlier about, you know, having a moon which is somewhat realistic to the moon, and that, for example, not having coal. So the only way to get steel would be to recycle potatoes into biomass and then put that into a furnace to get charcoal, and then use the charcoal to make steel and to get all the way up to trading, and then you can start buying coal. But it comes down to, again, to the mechanics that are present. What game loops are being skipped or being drawn out, which is effectively how you measure difficulty. I feel that difficulty, in terms of the normal or Stationeers difficulty, that's just padding. Like making you have to eat more often or drink more often. It certainly, on a brutal start, it starts approaching the point where you have to have a kind of an organized build order, otherwise you'll die. But once you've gotten through that, you know what you need to do. And then it goes back to, well, your survival is now assured, but it's going to be extra annoying because you can't walk too far away from the base in one go because you need an airtight environment to be able to eat properly, and you're going to have to eat all the time, and so on and so forth. There are some things what I like about it, like I said, like the lung damage and the mood depleting faster, so you need to care about your hygiene, because realistically most people don't. As it stands, it doesn't cause enough of an impediment or a debuff to really matter. And again, most people will comfortably just pop the helmet open, scarf a cereal bar and a drink, and then close the helmet without any real consequence to their breathing. I get around that just by kind of having a personal rule that I'm not going to just pop the helmet and eat and drink. And instead, I had to get an airtight and breathable environment before I was able to deal with my satiety. But in brutal, you're much, much more up against the clock on that. But then it hangs around even after the difficulty is being resolved. Like you've solved the puzzle, but now you just need to keep doing it. It's kind of like, a good example is in Kingdom of Amalur. Once you're so good at doing at lock picking, you will auto succeed easy locks. You don't even have to do the mini game, because at that point the mini game is never going to be hard for you ever again. It wasn't that hard to begin with, but now it's ultra never going to be hard for you ever again. So it's just taking your time. So after a point, you'll automatically succeed at them. You don't even need to try. The having to eat and having to drink more is like that lockpicking, but it never gives you the option of auto succeeding. You always have to play the minigame, even once you've proven that it is no obstacle to your progress in any way. It's just now annoying. When was the last update for this game was asked? Really recently. Like a week or two ago, I think, something like that. Yeah, Cinder Dragon said, I struggle to maintain a goal once I meet the basic survival demands. Yeah, no, in many survival games, that is the problem. Is once you've gotten to the point where you're never going to struggle again, some of the charm of the game wears off. There's no more hills to climb. Yeah. Sheep in a Cart says, the nuance is that there's a big difference between hard from a choice perspective and hard as in constant chores. Needing to stop and eat while building a base is annoying, not difficult. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And hello, Silas, how you doing? Is there any auto mining device later in the game, or is it all manual? Oh yeah, there is an auto mining. In fact, I really like the auto mining device now. There's a couple of ways. So, while we're paused, Amy. Do I need to put the full stops in? Amy. Is that how you type it? Bot? Mining? Okay, so there is a robot. I can't remember how to look up the the thing about it. Oh, is it Amy? Packabing, really? Amy is gone? Genuinely? Like, really? You know, because you're a bit of a troll. So I'm asking you, really, is the Amy automated mining? No, it's a joke. Okay. Thank you for thank you for being honest about that, because you genuinely had me for a moment. You legitimately had me. Okay, let's have a look. Is there a way of bringing this up? Logic and devices, maybe through this. The important button. Okay, I can't find it right now, but there is a device in here. Oh, there's a couple of ways you could go about it. So I'll just quickly detail them. One, there is a robot called Amy. It's an automated mining robot. You have to program it. Like, you genuinely, like, I don't even think, well, okay, you could probably do a very simple Amy script using the IO chips, but realistically, you're going to be writing it using IC code. So MIPS. But you can program in an automated mining droid that will go out and mine things and fill its internal storage and then come back and deliver to a place that you set. High initial investment because you have to code it to be able to do everything. It does nothing for you, but really quite cool. Secondly, trading. You can trade with traders for all of the resources you need, turn them into things to sell back to other traders for a profit, and then use that to buy more ores so you can become a trader. That's another way you can get ores. Third, the deep miners. The deep miners are effectively like drilling rigs, but they will gather materials that you can't. Like, they're gathering it from like the below bedrock level. We can only do a certain amount of mining at the upper layers of the kind of terrain, but the deep miners effectively mine from way below that. And so different regions will have different mineral availabilities there, and you have to build a deep miner in the right place to get a certain type of mineral. The only thing they don't mine is ice. So you'll never get any ices, so oxides, volatiles, nitrites, water ice. The last one is rockets. You can build and program, or you don't actually need to program. You can do it all from basically a rocketry control panel, but you're not in the rocket. You're controlling it from headquarters. But you can send out automated mining rockets to mine from asteroids and stuff like that and bring resources back. Only the rockets, Amy, or the traders of the automated options can gain ice. Amy is as limited as you because Amy is mining the same stuff you mine, just as her autonomously. So eventually it will run out. Functionally, you're probably never going to run out. It's kind of like it'll run out eventually, like it will in Factorio or Minecraft. You know, you're probably going to stop playing that save long before that becomes an issue. Traders, as far as I'm aware, functionally infinite. The traders aren't drawing from any kind of in-game finite resource. They're just spawning with an inventory that you can buy or sell. The deep miners, functionally infinite, that you'll never deplete the core. It is always going to have whatever material it can get as long as you're powering it. And also rockets, technically also infinite, because the rockets, once you've completely mined out an asteroid, a new one is spawned. So yeah, there's loads of ways that you can do all of that. Oh, was I putting the eye in the wrong place? Yes, there we go. Thank you so much, Angolmo? Angolmo? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name at all. I'm so sorry. I've heard that Amy is currently not working. Oh, really? Ugh. That sucks. I like Amy. Amy's super fun. There are lots of robots that you can code. There's the Amy bot, which is your miner. There's the Harvey, which is your kind of plant harvesting robot. And there's the Larry, which is a automated arm on rails, which can do pretty much everything the Harvey can do, but more, because it can move around. We have an aggro hand, yeah, that would be the Harvey. So this is Amy. Look at how cute Amy is. Amy's face will change. Different expressions based on things. It's great. I'm very sad to know that Amy doesn't work. Hopefully Amy is fixed before we get to the point where we would be doing anything with Amy. Harvey, also, though you can't see it, does have expressions. Harvey is a static unit. You build her above a hydroponics tray and it'll only interact with that tray. And then the Larry. Yeah, here we are. Where is Larry? Well, you don't... Larry doesn't have as much personality as Harvey or Amy, I'm going to be honest. But, you know, Larry is Larry. Larry runs on rails. But as a consequence, Larry can interact with things, like a lot of things. Larry can move around and like put things into machines and stuff. So it's actually super programmable in terms of what it can automate. What about the security bot? Not really a need yet. Not really a need that yet. Silent Tath, you saying I can't core out the planet Moon? Literally unplayable. Minus 11 out of 10 game. But thank you so much for updating us on that. And also helping me find Amy in the list, because, yeah. My spelling leaves much to be desired. But there you go. Those are all of the automations that I can think of. So that's what happens to the deceased Autonauts. Larry the Railbot. Sure. I'm guessing all those options are late to mid-game. Not as much as you might think. I think the only reason that many of them would be late game is that people usually don't start looking into the deep automation that they need to program until they haven't got other things to do. But I'm definitely someone who goes for them quickly. Setting up deep drills is super useful early on. Thank you again to Poison BL for Lady Shelab sub. Very kind of you.